Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of the Biotope blog. My name's Chris Inglezu from CE Fish Essentials, and actually today I should really be welcoming myself back because some of you may have noticed that I've been absent for a little while. Reason being is that I've been on a conservation project in Cyprus for approximately 5 weeks. I've not long returned, but been absolutely inundated with work. So I promised myself that I'm going to get back on here today to get things going again so we can start talking more about biotopes and keep the conversation rolling. So one of the things that I really want to sort of clear up for many of you, because these sort of questions keep coming in all the time to me, and I see them sort of circulating in the groups on social media, are questions relating to how suitable certain leaves and botanicals are within the sort of contained aquarium environment. And sometimes people have concerns about particular compounds. So one that came up just today, which kind of spurred me into doing this video, was a question that was sort of thrown at me about the Persea leaves. Now, some of you may know that I provide some less common or shall we say hard to find botanicals to my good friend James over at Blackwater UK. Hi James, hope you're doing well. The question that came in about the Persea leaves in particular was about a toxin called persin, which can be found inside those leaves. And so the question arose around how safe is it to use these type of leaves in aquariums, and should we be concerned? There's no mystery around this. You would need a hell of a lot of leaves to accumulate enough toxin to cause any harm to your fish. So you have to view it like, for example, watermelon seeds were the example that I gave. They contain cyanide. Many of us know that, some of us don't know that, but it's not enough to cause a problem. Many plants in nature have these natural compounds that are typically designed to protect the plants from predation by usually terrestrial insects. That's usually why they're present in small concentrations, because the plant really doesn't need to amass huge concentrations of these things to prevent small bugs and what do you call them, parasitic creatures from feeding on the plants and preventing them from growing. Now, I suppose the only other thing I really touch on is, other than telling you guys not to worry, is there are these particular compounds combat in water, in aquariums. They help us to combat saprophytic organisms. So saprophytic organisms are those which typically feed on organic matter. So this, we associate this mostly with fungi, but there are also bacteria that feed in this way. And so that's why when you get high accumulation of waste materials in aquariums, that you tend to get more diseases by saprophytic, caused by saprophytic organisms. A lot of the compounds in these leaves actually help to reduce those organisms in our aquariums. So a good example that I also gave today was the magnolia leaves that are very common in the hobby now. for biotope enthusiasts or anyone interested in botanicals. They contain a number of different anti-saprophytic compounds that help us to control sort of the organisms that we really just don't want to be there. In a biotope aquarium, this can be really useful because we're retaining a lot of organic material in the aquarium, and so it's useful to use botanicals that help to combat those organisms which rely on organic material to proliferate and that can get out of control. So in a nutshell, a lot of these toxins, or shall we say compounds, are helping us in some ways in the aquarium, and are not in any high enough concentration to cause any form of significant damage to any of our fish species, so they're not something to worry about. All right guys, I'm gonna try my best to get another video up very soon, but in the meantime, feedback to me, any questions. I really enjoy talking about this subject, and you know, we can look more into this. Let's discuss this more, let's examine more, let's try to find out more information about these things ourselves. I am not a living encyclopedia, believe it or not, so I don't know everything, but I have some tools that help me to find out information, and I can do the same for you. So let's keep the communication going, and yeah, feedback to me in the comments. All right, great. Don't forget to subscribe and just hit the little bell button. That will make sure that whenever one of these videos goes up, you get a notification about it, and we can keep this conversation rolling. All right, happy biotoping, and speak soon.